My life was saved by flow states. I was totally destroyed, debilitating illness, was like 10% functional, had been in bed for almost 3 years, and flow states brought me back to life.
I think I could happily say that flow states saved my life personally. If I hadn't stumbled across these experiences, I probably would have self-destructed.
I didn't know what was happening. I actually thought I was having mystical experiences. I thought I was losing my mind.
I suffered from a strong sense of alienation, isolation, and was kind of that prototypical angry young man. By the time I got to college, I was pretty convinced that either I was going to find something more worth living for, or I was going to continue taking bigger and bigger risks. I was either going to keep going until I got it, or I was content to let it get me. And that was really kind of my double or nothing exit plan / solution for the existential dilemma.
I trained as a science writer, and I had spent a lot of time around scientists, so as I started to get better, there was this overwhelming desire to figure out what the hell just happened to me.
One of the simplest ways that flow prompts innovation is just from the neurochemicals involved. There's basically about 5 that really contribute to the overall flow experience, and that starts with a norepinephrine or adrenaline, and the first thing that does is it makes us alert and paying attention. The next that comes online is dopamine, and that starts enhancing our pattern recognition. It's both deeply rewarding, it's basically our brain telling us, yes, you're onto something, keep paying attention, do more of this. We then get some of the endorphins, which kind of, leave us feeling no pain, feeling sort of like Superman. And there's a little jolt of anandamide, which is actually an endocannabinoid, and it prompts lateral thinking. So in our Flow Dojo research and performance centers, it's basically a playground dedicated to the seeking and training of flow states. In the center are giant, extreme sort of playground equipment, so huge looping swings, surf swings, human gyroscopes, the ability for people to take what is normally reserved for professional athletes risking life and limb, and actually we can put people into those sensory motor inputs safely. So that combination of the neurochemistry, what are actually the neurochemicals that are coursing through our brains and bodies, and the brainwave states give us access to solutions that we don't normally have in a normal waking state of consciousness, and can let us connect dots that we wouldn't normally otherwise see.
The people who had the most flow in their lives were and are the happiest people in the world. And the way they got that was to build their lives around it.
Changing the world is hard, and one of our core intentions is almost a sort of revival of Plato's Academy, right? Where you bring together the best and the brightest. You train, you think, you play, and you go out and you seed culture. There's a litany of stories of whether it's the Curies and their eureka breakthroughs, whether it's Einstein as he comes up with general and special relativity, Archimedes and his eureka moments, or Mozart and his downloads of entire orchestral compositions, or Michael Jordan doing the impossible in Game 6 of the finals. And that really is the game that we're interested in playing, is how do we unlock that possibility, not just in the best of the best, but allow it to actually be our own birthright, and to reclaim that, and to not simply say voyeuristically, wow, that's awesome, but I could never, and actually say, that's incredible, and I can too.